Powered by the Montana Television Network. This is the 530 News on Q2, Montana's news leader.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Russ Riesinger.
And I'm Jeanelle Slade. Well, the countdown to Election Day is on.
It is down to 4 days until ballots are tallied. 53,000 absentee votes have been cast in Yellowstone County already, but there is still one more weekend for candidates to earn votes around the state.
The biggest race in Montana for the U.S. Senate. Bozeman is in the spotlight with incumbent John Tester holding a rally there tonight. And Matt Rosendale welcomes President Donald Trump for his 4th visit to the state on Saturday.
And as you see here, we'll have full coverage of election night on Q2 and the CW.
There's a lot at stake as voters get ready to head to the polls.
The midterm election will be the subject of Face the Nation this Sunday morning at 8:30 on Q2. I had the chance to ask CBS News' John Dickerson a few questions about it. President Trump will be making his 4th visit to Montana tomorrow. It's the most times a sitting president has ever come to our state. Do you think that his rallies are going to have much of an impact on what happens at the polls?
Well, one of the great questions we're looking forward to figuring out on Tuesday night, you know, it seems to be that it looks like he's taking a sort of a Senate view of the push here to the end. And so he has a better chance at affecting the Senate map in terms of affecting an entire state and turning out his core voters in different parts of the state. A state like Montana is closer to the Donald Trump message than a lot of these congressional districts that are up for grabs and that are battlegrounds in the question of whether the Democrats are going to be able to retake the House. And so some of the things that he's saying, and particularly the real focus on immigration at the end and the ways in which he's focusing on immigration might not appeal to the suburban voters in those battleground House districts, but might be a message that's more of a fit with the electorate he wants to turn out in a place like Montana.
And of course, we are voting for a senator here and also our lone House representative. How do you see those races shaping up?
Well, the Tester race is interesting. The incumbent Tester is a fascinating race because he's one of those 10 who are defending seats in states that Donald Trump won. And so basically incumbents get reelected. And so, and usually that's and this is a year in which Democrats have a lot of wind at their back. And yet, if an incumbent Democrat loses, it gives you some sense of the power the power of incumbency. The House race shouldn't be up for grabs in the fact that it might be, or that the president has been campaigning there. He got into a little bit of an issue the last time he was there with his talk of body slamming. But it should be that should be taken care of. If that House race is really in danger on Tuesday night, then it's a sign of a lot more strength for Democrats or it's a sign of strength for Democrats on Tuesday night.
Well, this week, Libertarian Rick Breckenridge dropped out of the U.S. Senate race and endorsed rival Republican Matt Rosendale. MTN has received numerous calls from viewers concerned about their absentee vote. MTN's Madaris Babb clears up the confusion surrounding the last-minute changes.
We have so many phone calls that we can't answer the phone, so we've got messages that we have to get. So like this morning before everybody came in, I actually retrieved 7 voicemails.
Gallatin County Clerk and Recorder Charlotte Mills says each day there are numerous absentee voters who call about their ballot.
Requesting an absentee and voting an absentee and whether or not they're on the absentee list and how they can get an absentee ballot.
Changes can be made last minute in an election, like Rick Breckenridge putting his support behind Republican candidate Matt Rosendale. Montana State political science professor David Parker wants to make it clear that Breckenridge's name will not come off the ballot, and the votes already cast for him will stand.
No one can change your vote. No one can go in there and say you voted for X and that means Y. So if you send an absentee ballot in before a change, and let's say somebody drops out of the race, that vote still goes to that person and still reported to that person.
The question is, does a ballot change this late in the campaign season impact election results? Parker says no.
So whether it changes anything in the election is somewhat immaterial because the ballot has gone out. So a lot of people probably don't even know about what happened with Rick Breckenridge. So if they're intending to vote for Rick Breckenridge, they're probably going to go ahead and vote for Rick Breckenridge, period.
Parker added he expects the Montana turnout for this midterm election to be more than ever before. In Bozeman, Medeiros Babb, MTN News.
Thanks, Medeiros. Again, polls close at 8 p.m. on Election Day, next Tuesday, November 6th.
A former Billings clinic nurse who admitted stealing pain-killing drugs from patients for his own use avoids prison but will serve probation for his crimes. 33-year-old Donald Mills was sentenced today in federal court. He will serve 5 years probation with 6 months in home confinement. Mills pleaded guilty in May to stealing fentanyl from patients and replacing it with saline. He told investigators he was trying to self-medicate neck pain and anxiety. The Drug Enforcement Administration discovered Mills stole that drug from up to 300 patients at the hospital.
From pizza to people, Pie Guys in West Billings keeps its focus local. As we found out today, that focus is starting to make a big difference in the lives of those in need.
Well, pizza is what Evan Joda does best. He's been in the industry since he was 16 years old, and he's taken all his knowledge and trade secrets to start his own place. Pie Guys has been open for the last 6 years. Now, Joda uses Montana ingredients and keeps his own sourdough starter, so every Pie Guys crust is made in-house daily. But it's not just great pizza that sets Pie Guys apart. In recent months, Joda has upped the community focus.
He started Pie It Forward in June after he lost a friend and wanted to find a way to support his family in the wake of the tragedy. Pie Guys takes one day a month to raise funds to benefit a worthy local cause. As Joda tells us, the event has already found a foothold in the community, and it is worth every bit of effort.
At the end of the night, when we got done, after just getting rocked all day and all night, we all felt really good about it too. It was something that I'd never really seen before, and so after that, we decided to kind of just keep it going. There's a lot of great charities out there, but this is a way we can actually just get it in the hands of people who could just really, benefit directly from it. A few of my employees they've worked off the clock and donated their time to do that so that I don't have to take their labor out.
Since June, the Pie It Forward promotion has raised and donated more than $10,000.
And this upcoming Sunday, Pie Guys will donate 100% of its profits to the Haley Hudson Byler Memorial Scholarship Fund. You can go to KTVQ.com for more details on that event.
Coming up, it's a big night at Rocky Mountain College. Jay will join us from Black Tie Blue Jeans next.
And in sports, Scott updates the health of Wyoming Cowboy J.R. Vazane, who broke his back a few weeks ago, and he's going to tell us how the PRCA is helping out.
And coming up in weather, it's the tale of two storms and what it can mean for you. We'll tell you all about it coming up in a few more minutes.
You're watching MTN News with Jay Cohn and Janelle Slade. Storm Tracker weather with Bob McGuire and sports with Scott Green. This is the 5:30 news on Q2.